When it comes to human attraction, most people assume it's all about looks or some idealized physical feature. But the reality? It's far more complex and more surprising than you'd think. According to numerous studies in evolutionary psychology and human behavior, the vast majority of women, up to 90% in some surveys, don't actually focus on extremes. Instead, they express a consistent preference for something that many overlook: balance, cleanliness, and emotional connection. Let's break that down. Researchers from universities like UCLA and Stanford have explored what women really seek when choosing a partner, whether for a long-term relationship or a casual experience. And while media and pop culture often exaggerate physical ideals, science tells another story. The psychology behind preferences from a psychological and evolutionary standpoint, traits that signal health, hygiene, and confidence are far more attractive than extreme physical attributes. Subconsciously, women tend to be drawn to characteristics that imply stability, good genes, and attentiveness. That includes how a man carries himself, how he treats others, and how he communicates, rather than focusing on specific body parts or measurements. Women in surveys consistently rate emotional intelligence, cleanliness, mutual respect, and genuine connection as higher priorities. What women truly value, it might surprise many, but confidence, not arrogance, along with good hygiene and kindness, ranks at the top. In fact, many respondents shared that feeling emotionally connected to their partner made physical intimacy more fulfilling regardless of body type or size. These preferences are not just instinctual. They're shaped by social and cultural conditioning, personal experiences, and even relationship goals. The role of media and myths. Let's talk about perception. The media, especially film and adult content, has significantly distorted what people think is desirable or normal. But in real-life relationships, women report that trust, safety, and comfort are far more important than exaggerated ideals. In a study conducted over several years, women expressed that the way they feel during a moment emotionally supported, listened to, and respected matters more than anything else. Communication is everything. One of the strongest indicators of satisfaction isn't physical at all. It's communication. Women who felt they could speak openly with their partners about needs, boundaries, and feelings were significantly more likely to experience deeper intimacy and long-term connection. This suggests that real attraction goes far beyond surface-level traits. It's rooted in understanding and empathy. Final takeaway. So, what does this all mean? That the most preferred traits aren't what the internet might suggest. Instead, they're the quiet, meaningful qualities that build real connection, a sense of safety, emotional warmth, confidence without ego, and good hygiene. At the end of the day, attraction is about how someone makes you feel, not how they look in a photo or on a screen. Beyond the physical, the role of emotional intelligence. Another powerful finding in relationship psychology is the growing importance of emotional intelligence. Women repeatedly cite emotional attunement, being able to read emotions, respond compassionately, and express one's own feelings clearly as incredibly attractive traits. In fact, women in long-term relationships often reflect that what first drew them to their partners wasn't just appearance, it was the feeling of being seen, heard, and valued. Someone who listens without judgment, who's present in the moment, who shows empathy rather than just reacting. These qualities create emotional safety, which often translates into deeper physical and emotional intimacy. Context matters. Long-term versus short-term preferences. Psychologists have also noted that preferences can shift depending on context. When women are seeking short-term excitement, they may be more influenced by traits like charisma, physical strength, or confidence. But when thinking about long-term partners, trustworthiness, emotional stability, and communication skills tend to outweigh everything else. This shift is deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. Short-term attractions may trigger excitement and novelty, but long-term bonds require traits that support safety, partnership, and mutual growth. The importance of feeling safe and comfortable sexual satisfaction in particular has far less to do with anatomy and much more to do with whether or not a woman feels emotionally and physically safe with her partner. Studies have shown that women are more likely to experience satisfaction when they feel relaxed, accepted, and in control of their experiences. This is why kindness, attentiveness, and responsiveness rank so highly, because they create an atmosphere where a woman can be fully present without fear of judgment or discomfort. Real data. Real Insights, a 2021 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, surveyed over 1,000 women about their preferences and satisfaction in relationships. The results showed a clear pattern. The most common responses were not focused on size or appearance, but on emotional presence, shared humor, and good hygiene. It's not about perfection, it's about effort. A partner who takes care of themselves, is respectful, and communicates well is far more desirable than one who simply meets some physical ideal. Compatibility over fantasy. Another overlooked aspect of attraction is compatibility. No matter how conventionally attractive someone may be, if the energy, values, and emotional rhythms don't align, the attraction fades quickly. On the other hand, couples who feel in sync emotionally often describe their physical connection as more passionate, even if it doesn't fit media-driven ideals. Real intimacy grows in the space between two people who understand each other, not from ticking boxes on some checklist. The takeaway for men watching: if you're a man watching this and wondering, so what really matters? Here it is. Take care of your hygiene. Be emotionally present. Learn to communicate openly. Respect her boundaries and opinions. Don't focus so much on appearance, focus on connection. The truth is, you don't need to be someone you're not. You just need to show up with intention, honesty, and care. Attraction isn't what we think, it's what we feel. Attraction isn't just about physical design, it's about the full experience. How someone makes you feel in their presence. How safe you feel being yourself. How deeply you're seen, respected, and loved. And for most women, that kind of connection is more powerful than any physical feature. Final thoughts. While pop culture may continue pushing unrealistic ideas about what women want, the real answers lie in mutual respect, honest communication, and emotional intelligence. That's what forms the foundation of truly satisfying, lasting relationships. So if you're focusing on growth, kindness, and connection, you're already what most women are looking for.